And speaking of freezing rain, we have the potential of some freezing drizzle overnight in the GTA, and I'll give you the details on that in just a moment. First, though, we're going to head to Mike Arsenault outside and take a look at his conditions outdoors. Thank you, Mike. A great vantage point there. You can see the CN Tower in the background. The precipitation forecast for this evening is going to get interesting in Kingston, but Ottawa expected to start as some snowfall. But looking at this, it's really a freezing drizzle potential here in the pink. So that's when Ottawa, you'll have a transition from snowfall to some mixing or freezing drizzle, and then still back into the GTA. So line moves further to the east, and then we have a transition back into some flurry activity. It's less than 5 centimeters generally from northeastern Ontario through the southeast and midwest of Ontario. And again, if we see anything in the GTA, it's likely to be less than even a couple of centimeters of accumulation. We can see here that there is some ice pellet potential, and again, the freezing drizzle as we head through later today and through tomorrow morning, and then the cold front passage happens on Thursday. Thank you so much for that, Kim. We are definitely going to be seeing the potential of some freezing precipitation through the evening and through the overnight tomorrow morning. I'll show you the very colorful maps in just a moment. First, though, let's go downtown and check in with Michelle. Exactly. Great exercise to get out there and do some skating, be it indoors or outdoors, as is the case at Nathan Phillips Square. But let's take a look at where we are. Talked about some freezing precipitation. Yes, these are colorful maps. We're starting with blue in snowfall. Notice the time frame of this evening. But look at this. This is now, but it may cause, in some cases, some slippery conditions. Now, pre-dawn Wednesday, that transition happens in Ottawa from snow. If we see any, it would be less than 5 centimeters expected with that. And then further to the north with enhancement from Lake Superior, 5 to 10 centimeters. More time-lapse sequences online at theweathernetwork.com. They're worth a look because some of them are really amazing, that one included. We want to get into your forecast details. I'm Sheryl Plouffe. Glad you're here for an update. Before we do that, though, let's go outside. Let's just check out what it looks like outside with Mike. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, not only historic, but just beautiful in and of itself. A great place to visit if you're ever downtown and want to go check it out. Let's take a look at what's going on. That's where it gets a little dicey because we have the potential of some freezing drizzle. That is not going to necessarily lead to much of an accretion of ice on surfaces, but it may at times be slippery. So we just need to be mindful of that. And if we see any, it would be less than 5 centimeters of accumulation that extends up into the eastern Superior shores where there's some enhancement there. Merci beaucoup, Kim. Thank you very much for that. We're going to take a look at your weather conditions, and at times it could get a little bit slippery through the overnight and into tomorrow morning, and I'll explain that further with some colorful maps in just a moment. Are you a condo dweller in Toronto or in the GTA? Then you'll want to pay attention to the story that Mike's working on. Well, I think be interested in those results, actually. Thank you so much for that, Mike. Looking forward to that one. We do have some snowfall later this evening expected. This is all basically north, or I should say on the top side, if you will, of a warm front that's going to be pushing through. So snowfall to start in the Ottawa Valley and Bancroft and those areas and the Haliburtons, and then the potential for some pre-dawn freezing drizzle that extends up into Montreal and Ottawa all the way down the 401 corridor. Well, it'll happen, but we're not expecting to see big time snows. We actually have more of an easterly flow, and then it'll be southwesterly tomorrow with the warm front. Back into the eastern Superior shores, there is some enhancement of 5 to 10 centimeters. You know, we have an easterly wind today at about 25 kilometers per hour, and with that, it will contribute to a wind chill of probably about -5 or so is what it will feel like in the GTA today. So that's what you need to bundle up against. So we're going to go outside right now and check in with Michelle down at Nathan Phillips Square. Thank you, Michelle. And just over 3 weeks now, right, to Christmas. So the festive season is underway. Let's take a look at our short-term forecast. That's what's contributing to the potential of lake effect in Toronto. That's why we had that icon there for you. But then now we look through the evening of tomorrow, and there will be a transition in Ottawa from snow to freezing drizzle as well, and then snowfall developing thereafter. The winds are actually going to be from the easterly, from the east today. When we look at our snowfall totals, less than 5 centimeters of snow, so it's not a massive snowstorm, but it was more of a nuisance really, especially with the freezing potential and the drizzle. But there you go. We have a switch in wind direction. Tomorrow is a tad warmer, and then it cools down once again on Thursday as the cold front passes through once more. Some great stuff there and lots more online at theweathernetwork.com. The hashtag is TBT for time-lapse, or TLT rather, for Time-Lapse Tuesday. Let's take, I don't know where I got that letter from. Let's take a look at where we are. So let's bundle up against the cold. The next couple of days, we'll start to see at least a little bit of a reprieve from time to time. It's a bit topsy-turvy with the forecast on temperatures, and as in terms of amounts, looking at less than 5 centimeters of snow, but something to be mindful of. There's a bit of enhancement from Lake Ontario because of the easterly wind today. It's going to be veering to the southwest tomorrow, bringing up our temperatures, and then it will drop once again on Thursday as we have another cold front passing through by that time. Coming up